Welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 319 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are joined this week by me, this guy, the guy with two thumbs. It's Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That doesn't make sense to anyone who's actually listening to this. It makes sense to you, though, doesn't it, Lee? Because you can see me. Oh, it's Lee. It's Lee. He's back. Woo! Say hi, Lee.
I have two thumbs.
You also have two thumbs. You don't have these two thumbs. You have got two thumbs.
Hello, people. I've missed you.
Indeed. And we've missed you too, Lee. It's been a hot minute. Yeah. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Yeah, my world's been very, very busy recently, and sorry I haven't been here, but I'm still live and kicking in the world of guitar pedals and everything, so I'm still keeping my finger on the pulse. Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned last week that you were going to be on last week's podcast, but you were a little bit ill, so we said it's either going to be that you get better by next week or you die. So, I mean, we're really glad that you...
I nearly died. I felt like I was going to die.
So,
on Sunday night, I thought I was going to die.
I'm sure all of us are in agreement that we're glad that you're not dead, Lee. Yeah.
Most of us anyway, yeah. That sounded very suicidal, didn't it? I didn't mean that in the way that it might have come across.
What a start to a podcast. And what a lovely,
as always,
what a lovely place to segue into our sponsor for this week's episode. Our sponsor is of course Affordaboard. Affordaboard bring you pedals from companies such as DemonFX, JSA Effects, Mosky, Joyo, and Caline at amazing prices. They are a UK company with all their stock ready to ship in fantastic recyclable packaging. Check them out at affordaboard.co.uk. So if you've been keeping up with Affordaboard, you will know that last week he was concerned that he'd have to raise the prices a little bit because of the wonders of Brexit and like import and export duties being slapped upon. He has recently found out that that's not the case, so the prices have pretty much remained static. So definitely a good time to be buying. And there Excellent. Are some really nice things coming up as well. There's one that you might like, actually. There's a pedal that I will be demoing next week, which is based on one of your favourite pedals. So it's, let's say it's a little bit mousy.
Rocks.
No.
Oh, right. Okay.
Indeed. So it's a DemonFX pedal, which you're not usually too keen on, but it doesn't infringe on any any graphic like any of the graphics of the Proco Rat. So actually it might be one. But you'll have to wait till next week for that one. Yeah. It's good. It is good. Right. We're going to warm up with a little bit of news. Right, Lee.
Why not, baby? Why not?
Give me a number between 1 and 5. 5. Okay, so we're talking about the Strymon Ultraviolet.
Oh, great. Can I change my mind?
No, I mean, we're committed to that one now. So
you know a bit more about this than I do. I just kind of saw it and just turned my nose up at it and didn't bother to learn anything more about it. But I'm sure it does more than what it says on the tin. Yeah,
I mean it's a little bit more involved than your usual vibe pedals. So just so that we're clear about this one and we don't just start talking about it, it's the Ultraviolet is a vintage inspired vibe pedal. So it's digital as per all of the Strymon pedals, and it's based around the Univibe circuit. So you've got 3 controls on front. You've got speed, intensity, and volume, which is a great thing when you are using pedals that modulate the volume. So with a vibe, because you're kind of switching those phases and you're getting kind of a throbbing effect to it, much like a tremolo. You giggling at throbbing effect. much like a tremolo, it gives you a perceived volume drop. So having a separate volume is a good thing. But then it gives you
an actual volume drop. If you only hear, if it was completely off at certain times, you were only hearing half of the amount of volume for that period of time that you would be.
Yeah, and that's why it's a perceived volume drop, because your the maximum of your signal doesn't actually dip below where it was before, but because the way that the human ear works with your brain, it kind of does a sum total of the sounds that you're hearing.
Exactly. I just find that that's an easier way to think about it, because like thinking like sum total and all these sort of things and perceived, they're all words that could mean many things. But if you think about it logically, if you were to hear that amount of playing for like 1 minute and you're chopping it in half, you're actually only getting 30 seconds worth of that volume spread out. So it does actually give you a real time volume drop.
I mean, not even that. If you think about it, like if it works on a bell curve, you're only at the top, like the real peak where the volume is, for a fraction of the time. So actually, you are reducing the volume over.
It would even out because it ramps up and ramps down as well. So it would equal out.
Yeah, but in that ramp, it's ramping from 0 up to 100%. So what I'm saying is the peak of the bell curve is only a small fraction.
Yeah, but the trough of it being completely off is only a fraction as well. So it mirrors, so it equals out. So you still only get half of the overall volume. I see what you're saying, though. Yeah.
Because 100% is the maximum volume.
So you're only getting that for 1/10 of the time.
That's what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. I knew it would. I did GCSE maths once. I did standard deviation. I know kind of how that works.
It took me a minute to catch on.
But yeah, so you've got 3 controls on the front of it, but you've also got some toggle switches as well. You've got a blend mode. You've got chorus and vibrato, and a blend mode between the two, which is kind of cool. Having a mixture.
Most vibes have a chorus and vibrato, but they're not a sort of blend. And that's quite. Is it a complete like analog blend, or is it a 3-way switch?
Yeah, it's a 3-way switch. Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, so you've got you can have like one or the other, or the best of both, kind of.
Have your cake and eat it.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, so many better options for this pedal name than Ultraviolet. You said the Stribe.
The Striver.
and or the Cake and Eat It would have been fantastic. But it's also got a bias knob as well, low, medium, and high, which affects the sweep shape. So you're getting different with throbbiness, like different shapes to the throb, which I like throb. That's got to be like the male equivalent of moist, doesn't it? Like, it's just it's icky. But yeah, so it is a digital pedal. It's got TRS stereo input and output in a dual mono configuration, which means you can run it anywhere basically in your signal chain. If you are using like a wet dry stereo rig, or you're using like big stereo effects, this isn't going to stop that. You can have that through, and also it allows MIDI for all of those who are so inclined to use MIDI.
The idea of having a stereo vibe is pretty cool. I know a lot of things do that, like my H90 will do that.
Yeah.
But it's cool to have it in an individual pedal.
Yeah. And usually we straight up shit on Strymon for just being ridiculously expensive. However, vibe pedals are usually quite expensive. Like, they're not the cheapest of effects, especially when you get to the proper photo cell and lamp kind of configuration. So although this is a digital recreation of it, it's going to be a good one because Strymon, as much as we don't want to admit it, Strymon do make great sounding effects. And it's not ridiculously priced for a Vibe. It is £260, which it's a bit rich for my blood, but actually that seems about right. So, yeah.
It's a bit much for a free knob pedal.
Yeah, but being Strymon, it's not going to just be a 3-knob pedal, is it? There's going to be hidden secret modes and stuff in there.
Yeah. However, take the brand off, and I'd say that's a bit much for a 3-knob pedal. Like, it just seems like quite a bit of money. I know things are going up in price, and we do in the pedal world. We tend to be like stuck around a certain, like, we know what we want for £100 or $100, and that's been the same for the last 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, and now it's changing. We're getting salty about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because our wages aren't going up.
No,
that's why.
Yeah, they're going up by 1%, 2%. Whereas, like everything, not just pedal prices, but food and fuel and everything like that is going up by 10%. You're like, well.
When everyone says things are getting more expensive, they mean relatively.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, next year when my mortgage is up, that's going to increase by about probably an extra 40%, which is ridiculous. But hey,
yeah.
Oh, that's real life. I don't want to talk about real life.
Our electricity, we managed to get a really, really, really good rate on our electricity and get it fixed in pretty much just before all of the oil crisis and the war and everything like that. So everyone's been complaining about their electricity prices, and we've been like, okay,
sitting pretty.
And that's up at the end of next year.
Oh no!
So my big investment next year is going to be solar panels.
Yeah. We've got solar panels, and electricity, touch wood, has not been horrendous.
They do a system here which is different to like the feed-in tariff in the UK. They do a system here where anything you feed back into the grid, you get taken off your bill in the winter.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Almost like a storage.
It's really simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like having a battery without needing to have a battery.
It makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Strymon Ultraviolet. I don't think any of us are going to be buying one, but as far as Strymon pedals go, it's not offensively expensive from my perception. Right. I'm going to talk.
I want to drop in quickly with a little teaser for our Patreon, because there's a couple of pedals that are dropped from our friends over at Wampler, and we don't want to ignore them, but we don't have time really with all the other news that's going on at the moment. So we're going to have a chat about them in the Patreon a bit later. And if you want to be a member, my friend Budge, what do they have to do?
So it's patreon.com/FretTalk. As little as $2 a month. $2, which used to be a decent little bit of pocket change. Now, who knows?
Yeah, but there is a condition. If you do sign up to as a Patreon, you must sign up with a somewhat vulgar name. Give an example.
I mean, we'll talk about the examples later, but we have got the trifecta of boner going on. The trifecta.
Yeah, we do.
Not the strifecta, the trifecta of boner. But yeah, wait to the end and you'll hear how 3 horny dudes.
Honkers.
Oh dear. Right.
We want more because
more horny dudes.
It's pretty funny.
One more, and we get to play Whose Nipple Is It Anyway? Which has been teased for a little while.
Have you been teasing the nipples?
I mean, I did last week. I did a little tease on the show, but because it's an audio podcast, it's not like you've got to get that 10th page sub, and then we'll do it IRL. So this week I have released a video on Pedalboards of Doom, much like last week. Last week I did the firmware. Right. It's all good. It's all good. Like,
been dying.
So I did the firmware for the DC30 last week, which is, like, in my opinion, very, very good. Like, it's improved the pedal, like, incredibly.
It sounded like it. It really did, and they liked it over at TC as well.
Did they?
They were very impressed with. No one else has really done that video.
Oh,
so
really?
They liked it. Liked it so much they sent all the other pedals.
Yeah. Oh, nice one. Cool. Yeah, they did. I still haven't opened mine. I've got to do that. Yeah,
mate, you're busy.
Yeah, I am. I've got a lot on recently. I was telling you guys I've got a backlog of stuff for the BudgetPedalChap channel, so I need to just step back from people for like a week or so, just so I can get at least one of these videos shot, because I'm just sitting on stuff that I've had for like months now, and it's getting ridiculous. But
yeah, I've got some stuff I need to shoot as well. I desperately want to get this Eventide H90 video shot, but it's a bit. There's so much to it. There's so much to that. I think so. I'll ask you guys a question. Like, what I'm thinking is, if I play the same type of riff, so I make up an interesting chord progression, and then I go through each of the presets and see how it makes me play it differently, and to show like what sort of inspiration the pedal gives. Would that make a good video?
Yeah. So
yeah,
hit us up in the Fretzel podcast group if you've got any ideas for Lee's video. If you think this, like, playing to the presets idea is a good one, or if you can think of anything that would make that an even better watch, plonk it in the Fret Talk chat. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, and any of the videos we do, or any of the pedals we talk about that arrive, let us know if there's something you want to see in particular, because as listeners, we really, really appreciate your feedback. Because, we love you.
Yeah, you're our favourite ones.
Andrew.
Yeah, Mr. Bimson. What a ledge. Yeah, he shared something about his pedal board a couple of weeks ago, where it was just, it was the WIDI thing that he had to run it. It was insane.
I think he sent me a video of it, but I was so busy, I just gave him a thumbs up, and I felt bad about it. I hate doing that to people, but I'm so bloody busy all the time.
Yeah. So, Bimson, send it him again. Send it him 3 times.
I'll just look at the message. Not now.
Yeah, don't do it now, please. So, yeah, I released the DC30 firmware update last week, and then this week I released a video about a plugin that I learned about probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I got so excited by it. I was like, I have to make a video about this, because it is just, it's...
Were you throbbing?
There was no Univibe, unfortunately. But it's just so amazing. So basically the concept behind this plugin is that
it's all in the video and you have to go and watch it.
It is. But because they're our favourites, they're our favourites. They'll probably watch it anyway. So Kemper allowed you to profile your own amps. Basically, it allowed you to create a snapshot of your amp, and then you could use that within your Kemper profiler wherever. Tonex have done it. Quad Cortex have done it. Usually, these things are attached to quite expensive hardware, and there is a plugin that allows you to do that on your computer. And I mentioned this maybe once or twice in the video. It is free.
It's absolutely free. And
absolutely free.
It's, I didn't realise that's what the video was about. So when I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting really excited about a video on my own channel. This is crazy.
Yeah. And that's where I'm going to leave that one, because if you want to find out more about it, And it's only a 4.5-minute video, so definitely go watch it. It's on the PBOD channel, PBOD YouTube. Check it out. Yeah, it's really cool. Look, it's a bit of a clickbaity title. Getting yourself 6,742 amps. But it's it's free. It's all free. It's really good. Right. You chose last time. I'm going to go this week. In fact, actually, Lee, why don't you tell us about a release that is dear and close to your heart by a company called Analog Alien?
Yeah. So, my friends Jack and Joe over at Analog Alien, I've been working with them for a couple of years now. And with the onset of my new job now, I'm not working that closely with them, but I've helped them with the launch of a pedal that we were working together on for some time. And what's crazy is only the last week I have seen the brilliant design of this pedal, which is nothing like what I expected it to look like, which is crazy. This started off as they had a pedal which was a boost. It was just single knob boost called the Power Pack, and it was a completely chrome pedal. And they were going to discontinue it because it was a pain in the ass to photo. It was a pain in the ass to get the polished chrome cases, and the idea was they were going to discontinue it and maybe relaunch it with a different color.
Yeah,
and Jack just happened to stick a couple together and put them on together, and he was like, "Holy shit, this is really good." And he was talking to me about it, and I was like, "Yeah, there's some pedals out there that do that." And he was like, And we were talking about designing a completely different pedal at the time. Like this wasn't. We were steering away from drives because they've got a few drives, and we weren't going anywhere near that.
Yeah,
and then all of his focus just went on this completely because he fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it. So what you've got is if you know their pedals, quite often they have 3 circuits in one pedal. So the rumble seat, which is their best-selling pedal, is a drive, a delay, and a reverb. So it's like a pedal board in a pedal, but it's analog, obviously. Yeah. This one has a boost, and then you've got Dragonfire, and then you've got tone. So the tone switches in and out this tone stack, which Jack was working on. He worked on this tone stack, I think, for about a year, just on the tone stack.
Oh, wow.
He was just tweaking it all the time and getting it perfect. So, I mean, everything they do is built up from the ground up. They don't mess around with other people's designs, generally speaking. So you've got this tone stack that you can switch in, which has high, mid, and low, but it's very, very precise. And you've got to remember that these guys are studio guys.
Yeah.
So everything they do is designed to work in and make your sound better, not just, oh, here's the tone stack. Then you've got Dragonfire. Dragonfire is the boost. And that's, Dragonfire that's the drive, isn't it? Yes, you've got the drive. So you've got in, out, and bias. So you've got the input gain, the output gain, and then you can bias it as well, which is one of the boost circuits. And then you've got a second boost circuit, which is literally just a single knob, and that's boost. And then overall, all of this, you've got a master volume control as well.
Oh, nice. That's a really good touch, actually. So
yeah,
you don't have to be absolutely slamming it to get the best tone out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the idea of making the tone stack, like this makes it an EQ, a boost, an overdrive, a distortion, and you could like if you wanted to, you could have the Dragonfire set up as an overdrive, the boost set as a just a normal type of boost circuit, and then you could like scoop the mids, and then when you kick in the tone, you could have like a metal pedal, and or you can do something completely different. You could use the tone as a different type of boost, and just have the boosters in order to like push everything harder, and just use the master to trim it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so much going on there. It's a way to sculpt your own overdrive And it's the way to go and like sculpt your drive circuit of your pedal board.
Yeah, like getting your own personal flavour to the drive.
Yep,
I like it.
It's called the Analog Tone Dragon.
The Alien Tone Dragon.
Sorry, you got that wrong earlier, didn't you? Oh my god, the Alien Tone Dragon. Sorry, it costs $329. And yeah, I'm quite hoping that we're going to get one of these through so we can demo it because I want to see the journey to the end, really.
Yeah.
The boost section provides up to from 1 dB to 18 dBs of clean boost, which is quite a lot.
Yeah. Shit, man. That's some boost.
Yep. So he says the versatile overdrive circuit is capable of producing warm, expressive rock blues overdrive to a sonic wall of fuzz just with a few tweaks. So that is actually an overdrive circuit he's created out of the boost on that part. So he's got the same pedal twice in there, but one he's just left as a boost and one of he's tweaked into being more of an overdrive.
Nice. Yeah, so it's doing that three in one thing again.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's crazy ass pedal.
Right. Do we want to go? So I've done another video. Like I've done my video on my channel as well.
What was that one?
So go on, we'll mention it. So this week, we'll feature the DemonFX Andy Timmons clone. So it's called the AT.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this. The AT. It's the Crunchbox, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's based on the Crunchbox. Yeah, which is a circuit that I'm not the biggest fan of. It's not often because I do quite like drive. Just most drives I'm quite compatible with, but the standard MI Crunchbox, I've not actually tried the real one, but I've tried enough clones to get the idea of what it's about.
Yeah. It's from Australia, so it's a bit hard to get one.
Yeah, they're quite dark sounding. So it's supposed to be like based on like a roaring Marshall amp, but it's quite a dark sound. And with all of the clones that I've tried, you try and push the tone as much as possible, and it's pushing like a mid range, but you're not really getting any treble through, or not much treble. So you're always having to crank the tone controls high. The Andy Timmons, so the JHS pedal, fixed this by doing. You've got two controls where you can dial in the amount of like bass response, and then you've got an EQ control. But you've also got this third like toggle switch on it, which changes the gain characteristics of it as well. So it almost emulates.
Is that the latest version? Because I think they had like 3 versions from JHS, didn't they?
Yeah, so they did the Angry Charlie, which was just an MI Crunchbox basically. Then they did the Andy Timmons, which was 4 knob, and then they did the AT Plus, which I think this is, which has the toggle switch, which goes from a 25 watt mode, 50 watt mode, and 100 watt mode. So obviously it doesn't change the internal voltage or wattage of the pedal, but it emulates what like a 25 watt combo would do. So you're like absolutely diming it. You get loads of compression, loads of gain, very much like the original Crunchbox tone, which again a bit dark and a bit gainy. The 50 watt mode is a nice compromise with that. It opens up a little bit less gain, and you get a bit more pick dynamic. And then when you're in the 100 watt mode, it's almost like a completely different pedal, which is. It's the place where I found the nicest tones with it, because in the 12 o'clock on the gain control, you've still got some clean in there. So I really like that. But yeah,
I would say I did see a guy on the group, I think it was this week, who had he had, I don't think it was the DemonFX one, but it was one of these companies that were very, very similar, where they make it was an exact copy of a King of Tone, and he bought it in order to bide him over until his King of Tone arrived. And when the King of Tone arrived, he put them alongside each other, and he said they couldn't possibly sound any more different.
Yeah, that was the Joyo. That was the King of Kings.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Joyo. It was a company called Peterson or something like that. And I remember when this was launched, and I've got a funny feeling it's something to do with DemonFX. But I remember when they were like coming out, that a lot of companies were really losing their rag about it.
Yeah, I mean it's a sensitive subject.
It looks identical. It looks like exactly the same pedal. Yeah,
yeah. I mean the Demon stuff have started to move further away from the source material. I know they've got some that are still very, very similar, and they're not a company where you're going to have to like wonder too long what they're based on. But they're not exacts. The ATDS is pretty similar. Like the little @ symbol is smaller on the DemonFX one, but it does look very similar to the JHS. But they have got some that are different, and they like I say, the rat clone is moving away from that, and they've started doing some circuits that are of their own design as well. So, like, there's hope that they did that kind of business practice to start off with, just to get noticed, so that they'd stir up a little bit of controversy, so that they're then an established brand.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find this post to tell you which company it was.
But yeah, so the Demon Andy Timmons clone, in the 100 watt mode won me over. But it, like the Andy Timmons is quite a popular pedal, so it sounds very similar to what I have experienced for crunch boxes. So yeah, it's a decent sounding one, and like I said, the EQ controls on it really allow some fine tuning. So it's a good one. It's a good one. Right. We are gonna go. Let's go. Another red thing. We're gonna go for the Epiphone JoBo 1963 SG Custom. It's gonna be a nice short one, because it's yet another Epiphone JoBo on a master signature. Oy vey. Yeah. So it's based on I don't know if it's one of his collection, but it says it's based on a well-known 63. Yeah. So I don't even know how many signatures JoBo on a master's got by this point. But it's wine red, so it's a wine red SG. I like wine red. Wine red is my favourite colour SG.
I always wanted a wine red custom Les Paul.
Yeah, same here. I really like those. So it's got the gold appointments as well, which work with the wine red. In fact, it says it's dark cherry red, but it's dark wine red. Yeah. It's got a Maestro Vibrola on it as well, which they look cool. Don't get me wrong. I think the Maestro Vibrolas look cool. It's a little bit much on this because it's already got the 3 pickups. So it's there's a little bit too much going on. But overall, I kind of dig the look of this one. I'm not gonna lie. I like the Batwing pick guards, and this has got a Batwing on it. It's got the gold appointments. It's got the trem system, which I think would be kind of cool. Yeah, it's got a vibe. It's got a vibe. 60 slim taper profile neck.
Does that vibe have throb?
Yeah, it's not a throbby vibe. I don't know. Give it a little while. I might get a throb on. Yeah,
An Epiphone.
it's got a binded on the fretboard as well, which the Epiphones don't usually have. Well, they didn't used to, at least. They are Pro Buckers as well. They're Epiphone Pro Buckers, so they're not going to be horrendous sounding pickups. CTS pots and Mallory capacitors, switch as well. So they are speccing it out pretty well. But it's got nylon saddles. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. I know the nylon saddles will get absolutely obliterated within minutes because it's like guitar strings that are rubbing over it. So yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not. It's sorry, Lee. You've just shared your screen. I mean, going back to the King of Tone debate. It's not exactly, but it is very. It's kind of DemonFX style, similar, isn't it? Yeah.
68 pedals is what they're called.
Yeah.
I've just realised Peterson are the guys who make a really nice strobe tuner. I don't know why I said Peterson.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. It took me ages to find that, but I found it. We digress.
That was well worth it.
Was it though?
Yeah. Right. Cool. Sorry. The program that we're using asked me to rate how well the picture quality was of that stream share there. So yeah. So these are $12.99, which is a lot of money, especially considering the USA made Gibson standard is basically the same price. So, yeah. So you could go for an Epiphone JoBo with not Gibson pickups, but Epiphone Pro Buckers, which are like Gibson designed, top quality Epiphone pickups. I mean, they sound good. Don't get me wrong; the Pro Buckers sound really good. But which one you're gonna buy? You're gonna buy the Epiphone JoBo, or you're gonna buy the Gibson Standard? You're gonna buy the Gibson Standard, of course you are.
I mean, are you going to buy the one that's going to have the resale value, or are you going to buy the one that's not going to have the resale value, and it's going to be like only really appeal to us like a very niche part of the community? Because if someone tried selling me a guitar and it was a JoBo, it had anything to do with JoBo, I wouldn't want it.
I mean, that's all good and well. However, the previous JoBo Epiphones hold their value very well.
Okay.
So yeah, actually, you're probably going to get better resale on the JoBo than you are on a standard SG.
Sure, because generally speaking, they go up in price.
What, Gibson SGs?
Just Gibsons in general.
I'll go it. So an SG standard at the moment is the same price, which is $12.99. I could go out and pick up an SG standard in the used market for $700. Like I could.
Right, okay, but is that from one that was $700 when it was new?
No. You could pick like anything kind of mid 90s upwards for $700.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That they probably were about $700 when they were new.
No, they were probably less.
SGs used to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah. I remember them being like, I could have got an SG custom for about $1,200.
I remember when the studios were dirt cheap. Studios used to be like almost like Epiphone prices.
Yeah, you could get Les Paul classics as well, which were very similar to the standards. Like all of the appointments, like the binding and the pick guard and everything, you could get those for $9.99. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I have a vague memory of being able to pick up like a a basic studio Les Paul for about 600 quid.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't be able to pick up a like a junior for that.
No.
You'd struggle. But anyway, so yeah, the comparison is you can get a Gibson or you can get an Epiphone for $12.99 these days. They will sell out because they're collector's items and people do collect them. They do sell out. So
weird people.
Yeah, tis what tis. Yeah. So we're gonna go next. Ooh, that sounded sexy. That did. I moved a little bit closer to the microphone, and I got that kind of
hello, ladies,
proximity effect where it's.
I'm in your ear.
Oh dear. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm moving away from the mic now. I think the UA Oxbox.
Friedman.
Do you want to go Friedman? Go on then, we'll do that one. Because I think the UA Oxbox is actually the more important piece of gear. So we'll talk about
I would say to you that I think the Oxbox and the Friedman are probably on equal standing.
Okay. Right, we'll talk about the Friedman. Do you want to talk about the Friedman, actually?
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, it's really important. No, I don't want to talk about it. So the Friedman IRX is a preamp pedal.
No, I was joking. I can talk about it.
Okay, carry on. You go.
I was kidding.
You go.
So, okay. So, we like the idea of flamps here, like floor amps, and my board has two on at the moment, which is the Kraken and the Jack from Victory, and a lot of other companies have started getting into this realm of things. What Friedman have done, instead of having a Class D power amp on their new IRX, they have a digital power amp side of things, and they have an analog preamp with two AX7s in it. And what makes this interesting for me is it is actually the equivalent to a 4-channel amp, and that's really cool.
Because it's two channels on the boost.
No, each channel has a separate boost.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
So
you've got
go on, Bob.
You've got independent controls for both channels and independent cab sims for both channels as well, don't you?
Yes, you have 3 cab sims on each channel, which you can add your own cab sims to it, but it's got 3 on each one, which are designed to sound like Friedman cabs, which a lot of people really like. Actually, people go out and buy just the Friedman cabs, like people do with Mesa cabs, for instance. So let's go through the controls. On channel 1 and channel 2, you got the same controls, more or less, except for one little toggle. As Budge said, so what you've got on channel 1, you've got a boost, which is completely independent for channel 1. And then you've got your volume, your treble, middle, bass, and gain. And you have a 3-way bright switch on that. Now, that is the lower gain version. And that sounds more like a plexi. And when you kick the boost in, it really, really beefs it up quite a lot. Channel 2, you've got exactly the same. So you've got your boost on there, a separate boost, volume, treble, middle, bass, and gain. But you have a tight switch, which is two different. It's a 2-way switch, and it tightens up the low end, as gentlemen of our own age will understand fully. So, and then you got. Yeah, and then you got three switches at the bottom. One for channel 1, one for channel 2. I don't know why it just didn't have one where you switch between channel 1 and channel 2. I'm not sure about that. But you got one for left for channel 1, right, middle for channel 2, and then you switch the boost on or off for the channel that you're on.
Yeah,
with the third button. This also has MIDI, which allows you to save. It allows you to control the channel that you're on. So if you go switch to a different patch on your MIDI controller, it will switch the channel you're on, and it can also switch the cabinet as well. So it can save the cabinet that you're on.
Oh, nice.
And I think it might even be able to save the bright switch as well. So that, in fact, gives you more versatility over it.
Yeah.
It's got a loop built into it as well. And
they were talking about the loop being quite a fancy loop, weren't they? Like a lossless.
Friedman always does really good loops.
Yeah.
It always does really, really good loops. So I'm just looking here. You got a balanced out as well, ground lift on it. You got headphones out, MIDI jack, and USB in, so you could for uploading your own IRs. Yeah. So input, send, return, balanced out.
Does it work as an interface as well, or is that just USB for updating the cabs?
With a balanced out, you could run it into a mixer, but I don't think it'll work as an interface. I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah,
now, it is a bit smaller than the Victory full amps, the V4 amps, but that comes at a cost that it doesn't have its own power section in it. So whereas with the Victory amps, you just plug in your 3-prong kettle lead. With these, you have to run an 800 milliamp in, which I think it's between 9 and 18 volts. It can run center negative, so it's just like a Boss input. So you do have to power it from somewhere else, and if your power supply doesn't have an 800 milliamp out,
it's 12 volt apparently.
12 volts. I thought it was between 9 and 18, but is it 12 volts?
I mean, 12 is between 9 and 18.
It is. Well done.
Yeah, it says
it gets paid the big bucks.
Yeah, I've done basic maths.
Yeah,
it says it comes included with a 12 power supply, so I'm assuming. Oh, and a 6-foot USB 2 cable. Nice.
There's also a couple of controls on the side for channel 1. You can adjust the gain, and on channel 2 you can adjust the boost.
Okay.
So two little, almost like trim switches on the side of it. Trim pots, I should say.
Cool.
Yeah. Looks fucking awesome. Sounds amazing. If the Andertons video is anything to go by,
yeah,
it really sounded absolutely amazing. It's not often I watch a video and I go, "Oh," I pull a bit of a stink face, but I did on that.
So
especially when he kicked it into channel 2.
It's a little bit like the BEOD pedals, but with like valve power, because you're still not doing. You're not got like the Class D amplification in it. So, is it kicking out enough volume to power a cab?
I think so. Dave Freeman was talking about how you can gig with this, so I'd imagine so. I don't know what the output is.
Yeah, if it's balanced out, it's not going to be enough to power a cab. I would have thought.
But they were using it in an effects loop.
Yeah, so you're then using an external power amp, basically. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that doesn't seem as impressive as it should be. It's a preamp pedal, that's why. So it's the preamp of a whole amplifier. You need a power amp to be able to run it properly, or running it into an amplifier's effects return.
They were running it just into a recording situation before.
Yeah,
and they did say that you could run it into a mixer, like if you're playing live, so you'd run it straight into front of house.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it would run a cab.
No. So it's basically like all modelling units, where if you want something monitoring on stage, then you need a powered speaker to be able to do that. Or you can do like fold-back monitoring, but then you're having to...
You're right.
So, yeah, it's not quite as impressive as I thought. Yeah, it's like the...
Yeah, no, I hadn't thought about that, to be honest, but yeah, that's one of the things I love about my Victory amps is I can run can run straight out to cabs behind me, but I can also run XLR out to my mixer.
Yeah.
And I can record what I'm hearing in the room more or less because I've worked really hard at my my cabs.
Yeah.
So I've made them sound pretty much identical there. So yeah, it's makes my life really easy.
Indeed. Yeah. So
Still, it's good and it's not badly priced at $500.
I mean, considering it's just a preamp pedal, it's not giving you power amp capabilities as well. I'm not so convinced, but we often disagree on these things. Listeners,
it does say dual tube preamp, so yeah, high voltage. It does say high voltage as well,
but because it's
that's just through the preamp,
it'll
surely.
just be like a voicing kind of thing. It won't be. It'll be a bit like the old HT series pedals from Blackstar.
But better. But this is why it's so much smaller than the so much smaller than the V4 amps. So the V4 amps are still king, and I'm quite happy about that, to be honest, because that's what I got. Yeah. It's still a pretty cool bit of kit, though. If you are going to be gigging around and you've got amps that you can just want to put your own flavour in, and you just want to run it through the effects loop, if you're gigging around, say, the States or something like that, you can get your own flavour every time, more or less, and have it as a 4-channel amp.
Yeah, you could do that with a Stomp and have a 1,000,000-channel amp.
Yeah, but it's going to sound better, isn't it?
No.
This sounds really good.
Yeah, so does the Helix. Look, people are out doing world tours with Helix units.
Right. Good for them.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, you have made your opinions perfectly clear. And if you choose to waste your opinion, that is up to you, Lee. It is up to you.
I love stuff like that. I love like the GT core and the GT 1000 core and stuff like that. And I see people like going on about how they're gigging with it. And Nita Strauss gigs at a GT 1000 and stuff like this. And I wouldn't. And maybe they've got more. Well, definitely they've got more talent than me because they're out there doing it. But maybe they're able to make these things sound better than I can. But I think you only sound as good as you believe in yourself.
I mean,
I wouldn't believe it myself with one of them.
We'll talk a little bit more about that in the page because we've got a comment made by someone who's been a little bit controversial this year in the guitar media. But we'll talk about that. Oh. There's a little bit of discussion regarding like modelling units and their,
I think I saw this. Yeah,
their role within the community. Right. So the one that I wanted to mention was the UA Ox Stomp dynamic speaker emulation pedal. Say that 5 times when you're drunk, because
this is an impressive pedal.
Yeah. So this one is, as it says, a dynamic speaker emulator. It's like shorthand for like cab sim.
Boring.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, essentially, like they are utility pedals. They're not the most exciting thing.
When you first started talking about it earlier, I was like, oh,
yeah,
God,
you were almost falling asleep. But
as you went on, I was like, hang on a minute, this is actually fucking cool, man. This is cool.
So it is it's got the UA Ox name, so it kind of alludes to what's going on. But it's got 22 speaker cabs, 6 vintage microphones, so you can like mix and match those to get some really like fine-tuned the exact speaker sounds that you want for whatever you're running into it. Hey, maybe you might want to run in
UA quality.
Yeah, yes, UA quality. So you might run your Friedman IRX into this. It's so you've got some studio quality reverbs, but then you've also got a delay in there. You've got an EQ, modulation, and 1176 compressor as well. So the way that I described this to Lee a little bit earlier is if you think about it like the channel strip on your DAW, where it's right at the end of, like, you've recorded your guitar into it, but you want to add that little something extra. You want to add a little bit of polish on top of it to give you that studio
mastering.
Yeah, so you basically, like, you're fine tuning that guitar sound so that it sits perfectly, and this is what that pedal does. So, yeah, you've got the reverb that you add after the speaker. So, like, the kind of reverb that you'd add in your DAW. Again, studio quality. It's UA, so it's going to be good. Or, like, and delay, EQ to get it to sit just right. So if the speaker and microphone combination isn't quite getting you there, is just not right, then you've got an EQ to add those final little finishing touches. Some modulation as well, if that so takes your fancy. But then compression, like an 1176, the guitarist's compressor.
Yeah,
added.
My favourite compressor.
Yeah, I use them all the time on my guitar tracks. Like when I record stuff for pedalboards of Doom, or if I record like full tracks for the BudgetPedalChap channel, I'm always throwing an 1176 on there because they compress guitar signals in a really nice way. It keeps all of the mid-range still nice and warm. Yeah, so I love the 1176. So it's going to be one of those where you are getting like a polished, mastered studio guitar tone, but wherever, basically. Yeah.
Doesn't it offer a bit of reverb and delay and so on and so forth?
Yes, it does. It does. As mentioned about a minute ago.
I'm sorry, mate. I thought you missed it.
No.
Apologies.
It's all good. And they've got a bunch of curated rigs as well. So they've set out a bunch of rigs, like 100 curated rigs, and you can save those to like a dial in the center. So you can just call up like these presets that sound fantastic. And using the software as well, you can look at like adjusting speaker breakup, like additional like driving the speakers, and even cone cry. So you can really, really hone it into the perfect speaker tone.
There's an app for it as well. I don't know if you do it over via wired or whether it's over Bluetooth. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was over Bluetooth or some such magic, because that allows you to control it all without having to plug it in.
Yeah,
and that's nice.
Yeah, they're good like that, aren't they? Universal audio.
You can go and download the app now and have a look around it and see if it has the sort of control that you're looking for.
Indeed.
Well, I think this is very, very good. We were talking about the potential competition for this earlier as well.
Oh yeah, we were, weren't we? So, I mean, if you're talking about like all-in-one, like speaker, like cab emulation, you can't say that without thinking about Two Notes, because they are just they're like the benchmark, aren't they, for like a quality speaker emulation. We did a little bit of a comparison between the things that you can do with the cab M and the things that you can add on with this Ox Stomp. So there are some parallels. Like the cab M does have an inbuilt EQ, and it's an EQ that you can tailor as well. So there's guitar, bass, and a custom EQ.
Awesome.
So you've got the option to like really, really EQ to how you want it. There's a reverb as well. There's like switchable reverb. What it also
enhance as well.
Yeah. So like once you've got the EQ set and the reverb set, then you can just have that extra level of presence polish to have it sit perfectly. Which
it ties up the bottom end as well, so you can you can really sculpt the overall finished product.
Yeah, So again, adding that kind of studio sheen to your live guitar tone. It had something that the UA doesn't, which is the ability to emulate a power amp section. So it gives you the different valve type power amps that you can emulate. And you can also emulate a very clean preamp as well. So if you are just plugging directly into the cab amp, you can do that. I mean, it's not the most involved preamp. It's not the be all and end all, but it's okay in a pinch. But the power amp section, the power amp emulation, when you pair it with a proper preamp pedal, sounds fantastic. So that is a really cool thing. But it doesn't have the added delay. It doesn't have the modulation, and it doesn't have the compressor. So, like the two options, like you could be justified to go either way, really. It caters for two different people, although it's doing a similar job. It's more expensive. It's an extra about 150 quid, so it's £385. That kind of is to be expected from Universal Audio, and actually, considering how involved it is, I don't think that's an unfair price.
No, it's going to sound amazing. There's no two ways about it. This is a cheaper version of the Oxbox, and like you said to me earlier, the only thing that's really missing from the Oxbox is the attenuator.
Yeah, and
if you get a separate attenuator, such as like the captor boxes or something along those lines, then you've basically got an Oxbox.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? That's the long and short of it. So, yeah, I think that wins this week's news. I reckon, or I was the most excited about that, and I didn't think I would be going into this week talking about Universal Audio product and going, wow, because usually they're out of my price range, and I don't for my money. I think I'm not getting enough for what they're offering. Like, they'll give you a studio quality reverb, but that reverb is an extra 100 quid on top of what you'd pay for a reverb from another company. Like, the same with the 21176s in one thingy, in one pedal. Not quite. Like, the price is mismatched with what I want in terms of like value. But I think this one actually is pretty good. It's pretty good value.
22 cabs and 6 microphones. That's pretty bloody good, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of choice. There is a lot of choice. Right, I think that's where we end the podcast for this week. Of course, we extend a thank you. We extend a thank you to everyone who's made it this far. You are legends. We're going to extend a super special sexy thank you to our Patreon backers. And as earlier mentioned, patreon.com/Fret Talk. If you want to be part of that crew, $2 a month, that's all it costs. And you get a shout out on the podcast and an extra bit of Patreon bonus goodness each week. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, we get a little bit louder, a little bit more leery on the page. So join along. $2 a month. Hardly a thing, is it? And as mentioned, we do shout-outs, and the people who back us are as follows. We've got Mr. Andrew Yeomans. No, I conflated two people there. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Shift Turn Effects. We've got Mr. Andrew Bimson of The Rising of the Lights. They are not one person. We've got the trifecta of Boner. We've got Mr. Hugh G. Rection. We've got Mr. Mike Oxlong. And we've got Mike Oxlong. And we've got Mr. Gary Goldencock.
Goodness me.
Indeed. Our trifecta of Boner. Maybe they'll make it a foursome. Maybe they will. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of the Fletcher Pickups podcast. No, he's not. We've got Mr. Fletcher.
What is wrong with you today?
We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of the Fletcher Pickups brand, who this week have made their take on Trisonics, like the Burns Trisonics, and they look fantastic. He did like black Trisonics with gold foil, little pole pieces. It's not pole pieces, but like where the pole pieces would be. Oh, so good.
Pole pot.
So good. We've got Mr. Brian Gare of the Tone Jerks podcast, of the Second Button podcast, and the Off the Rails podcast. We've got Mr. Diabetes Foot. I sure hope his foot is all right. And we've got Mr. Jason Wharton of Pedalboards of Doom and of his own YouTube channel. Check out all of their stuff. They're all lovely people. And yeah, it's all gravy, baby. If you want to catch me online, I am Mr. BudgetPedalChap. Find me at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads /BudgetPedalChap. YouTube is, of course, the home to the No Talk or Tone series, which this week features the DemonFX ATDS. Lee, where can we find you online?
Question. Are you actually using Threads?
I am, yeah.
Weird. It's new. All right, you can find me on Facebook. You can find us on Pedalboards of Doom, page group, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, probably Threads.
Not Threads yet, but it's probably going to happen, isn't it?
You should run it. You're the Fredder.
Oh, I can't. Like, I am at full capacity.
You can be the Fred Durst.
Fred Flintstone.
Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, just old.
Did you see that
man.
idea that the Flintstones and the Jetsons take place at the same time, and the Jetsons are living in space because the Earth is ruined, and that's where the Flintstones are living?
No, I didn't see that. No. I mean, it's an interesting fan theory.
Because they visit in Headers crossover episodes.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you can find me in all those places. You can find me in all the wrong places.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I want to extend one final thank you to our sponsor, which is affordaboard.co.uk. Check them out for any budget pedal needs. They've got
They're recyclable boxes.
Indeed. I'm just so excited about the recyclable boxes.
Wicked. It's a great idea.
It is. It's fantastic. And our chap at Affordaboard, he's a lovely man. I don't know if he wants me to say his actual name, but
make it up. Is it Fred?
It's not Fred. No, you get one guess per episode. But yeah, he's a lovely chap.
Every week I'm going to guess the same thing.
Is it Fred? No, it's still not Fred. Right. So from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Lee, it will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. Hurrah a bit.
See you in the page.
My girlfriend asked me to do her hair like a Rastafarian. I'm dreading it.
I'm dreading it.